Serious, former nice guys of Reddit, when and how did you change? Ended up browsing through our nice guys and saw the similarities and results. Immediately focused on my own work for once. Turned 180. I was the worst. Totally. I'm so in love with my best friend. Why is she dating that douche when she can be with me? I think as I got older and saw other guys doing it, it seemed so pathetic and sad that I just kind of snapped out of it. For the record, when I told that girl I loved her, she laughed. And that was the last time we ever saw each other. Basically, a few years ago, I really liked a girl. And she seemed to like me back. I sort of turned manipulative. But turns out she was just as bad. People always wondered what it would be like if a nice guy and nice girl got together. It's nothing but fighting and guilt. I realized how bad she was and got out of it. But in the process found out I was no good either. I changed quick after that. Edit. Thanks for all the upvotes. As a newbie to proper posting, that's the highest number I've gotten yet. I don't remember what put the thought in my head, or how I came to the conclusion. But my thought was, I want all these women. They don't seem to want me. Maybe I should focus on being the kind of guy they actually want, instead of the one I think they want. I ended up ditching the part where I was bettering myself to get women, and just focused on bettering myself. School, career, hygiene, living situation, and women coincidentally became more interested. Honestly, I grew up a bit. I was tired of always feeling that way. So I decided to grow up a little bit and start making changes to better myself. If everyone ignored me, I must be the common denominator, right? 3 years later, I'm a much happier person, and even my close friends had noticed the changes in my behavior. Nice guys. If you are anything like I was told that if you're a nice guy only to get laid, you aren't really nice and more of a suck-up loser who expects rewards for being a decent human being. There is a point where it kind of clicked that it can't be that it's all the women that are wrong. It followed that I assumed it was me that was wrong. Which kind of hurts when you think about it. After a while I realized it at least wasn't 100% of me that was wrong. Maybe some 5% I can identify and work towards. I'm not really looking for a relationship anymore, as I'd rather work on myself for the time being. I feel it would be unfair to myself and the person I'd be with. Used to be kinda nice guyish. Unable to understand why no one was interested. It's them, not me. I'm too nice. And so on. Had a friend online who developed feelings for me that I did not reciprocate. Saw things on the flip side and kinda realized two things. You can't change who you have feelings for. And it's very entitled to expect someone to just feel the same way, and I would not want to date myself. Semicolon. So working on improving myself to address the latter. Semicolon. In more recent times I saw a video about incels by the YouTuber ContraPoints that helped me further question my mindset. Would be curious of what current nice guys make of the video. Stopped when a friend of mine said I was basically a nice guys in a nutshell. After that, it never came off my head and I started to get more quiet and think before saying. Though I'm still ashamed of my old nice guy personality. I was always the guy who was flirting with every girl and I was just socially inept. Now I'm socially inept but more respectful and mindful of it. Probably high school. When I realized nice guys don't finish last. Honestly, I read no more Mr. Nice Guy and joined a NMMNG group. Being a nice guy is really about being dishonest and doing nice things for women or others for the sole purpose of creating an expectation that you will receive something back. Breaking that means not doing those things. If you want to be kind without any expectation that it will be returned. Else, don't do it. You don't have to. When I was 14 I was the typical I need a girlfriend. I don't care who kind of kid. Then I stumbled across Ryan Higa's channel and saw his Forever Alone video, where he makes fun of that crowd. Then he says something along the lines of, if you're watching this channel you're probably top young to be stressing over finding a soulmate. Go out and just have fun with your life. I've never had something just click with me quite like that moment. Then when I embraced being single, all my friends thought I had low self-esteem and was depressed. I was actually having the time of my life those years. Thank you, Ryan. Kinda just grew out of it when I saw being overly nice wasn't going to get me women's. Apparently talking to them like everyone else and not making a big show of a basic human kindness, lending your jacket to a chilly female friend etc will make most people like you. When you make a big spectacle of yourself about being nice, then people will see right through it. From the start of my junior year of high school to about winter vacation of senior year, I started putting forth my energetic yet surprisingly quiet nature as a personality rather than a design flaw. I started doing things, as opposed to sitting back and avoiding judgment, as if other people's opinions really mattered. Once I was able to find myself, I no longer needed to draw sympathy from everything around me. I also developed opinions, which helped me find an identity and embrace places where I remain neutral and reinforced why I was neutral there. That one specifically helped out a ton with self-confidence. Of course, I still have my days. It sucks, but it never lasts long. Best part is, I still find time to be nice to people. As in actually kind. After all, nice guys are just the empty shells of normal guys, built on shallow reasoning and pandering to the basic needs of people, while lacking the necessary tools to keep anyone truly happy. All of that can be rewritten easily. Still a virgin though. But that stuff takes time. I barely got a foot into college as of post-date. I don't know whether it was because I had no sisters or not. In high school, I was attracted to most girls. As such, I considered them all potential romantic partners unless I had ruled them out for friendship, bad attitude, or some physical repulsion. This still left plenty of fish. I had major crushes constantly. I was a serial monogamist. The thing was that when I was single and asked out a crush, and they turned me down, I was angry at them. Because what had I done to exclude myself from their dating pool? Shouldn't they give me a chance and see? I followed up 3 times and had to be told 3 times they didn't want to date me because they didn't like me like that. I was casting a wide net and I expected women were doing the same. I had to learn most of them didn't see men the way I saw women. And then I had to change the way I saw women. I got in shape and realized that women were suddenly attracted to me. It wasn't because I was too nice all along while I was overweight. Imagining that every time I heard of a girl arguing with her boyfriend I would treat her so much better than that. So I'm not crazy when I say random people on the street now look at me to the eyes when I weighted 20 kilograms more. They diverted their looks or looked off me like I was invisible. It feels good to be seen. Problem is, I'm so fked up after 30 years of being ignored that I'm not good at socializing. Having a dog forced me to talk with people on the streets. But I just assume everybody is just doing small talk and don't want anything else. Maybe someday somebody will try to go further. How are you doing? When I realized that the girls I liked were funny, smart, interesting, kind, and good looking. At the same time, I was nice. That's it. Why would a girl want to be with me when she had so much more offer than me? I changed when I went to university and started working out. Joining clubs instead of spending all my free time in my room. Putting an effort into how I dressed was a big one too. I thought it was cool to not care about looks, but I just looked like a slob who wore track pants every day. A lot of guys would get more interest from girls if they put the slightest bit of effort into personal grooming and clothing. I'm just here taking notes. In my first or second year of college, a nice girl was interested in me, but I wasn't attracted to her, so I didn't reciprocate. Why was I thinking that just being nice was good enough for the women I was interested in? If it wasn't good enough for me? Not meant to be ironic, Nice guy syndrome is a real issue and was curious of how they managed to work their way out. I realized being a nice guy literally gets you nowhere because girls only think of you as a best friend or a brother. If your goal is to be seen as a potential romantic interest, being nice isn't going to work. I've always cringed at guys being really forward with women or being obviously flirty. But after lurking through life observing people fall in love, I've come to realize that obviousness has a real place in society and there really isn't a subtle way to let someone know you like them. Most girls can't read minds. So I've learned to be a bit more forward and honest with my emotions and intentions. I've learned to openly flirt. I've learned to stop being so clingy and needy when girls don't really that from guys they're interested in. And I've learned to be myself. Being yourself is the best thing you can do. Which means throwing away the nice guy act and not trying to be a saint or a white knight. Because it only convinces you that people owe you respect and attention. Which they don't. Understanding that no one really owes you anything. Finding out that it's easier and cheaper to be kind to yourself. Politeness and respect for everyone, but don't be a doormat. No one is running around trying to put hard dicks down for free, so you don't need to worry about going around trying to put out fires. Putting nice energy into usefulness can get you big wins. It is generally better for men to be useful than to be nice. But it does not mean that you should be a domineering asshole. It is still good to be fair to people. I am still a nice guy, but my mindset changed. I am no longer the nice guy that is expecting a girl to want to FCK me because I held the door open for them. Still a pushover. I can't get out of the nice guy mentality and I hate it. I used to be a nice guy. Fedora and all. Despite only being a teenager. The internet has worn its course on me. Anyways. I stopped being a nice guy a while back when I decided FCK this. I'm not gonna get any SX with this and I don't even want SX. I just want friends and I just started treating people like actual human beings. Also, I'm no longer a guy. Lol. I found out that I was giving too many FCKS. Nice guys give too many FCKS. Legitimate FCKS. Like, does she like my hair or will she hate that I'm balding? Nice guys go in with the impression that their date should have the same passion about what the nice guy feels passionate about. The nice guy thinks that being chivalrous is enough to bed a woman. The nice guy has been deluded. Somewhere. Somehow. Along the way. He can't be blamed. But he can be changed.